They call themselves overnight sensations, saying it only took them 75 and 80 years respectively to get there. But the Brass Sisters also call themselves food flirts, and they're finally tackling their culinary bucket list with a new show set to air on PBS, which takes them on a slurpy, flirty adventure through the local restaurant scene. Here's a taste.
I love thinking about the blending of cultures in America.
Thank you for coming and for your lessons in culture and tradition and food.
The girls got the idea.
We love to flirt, but we're harmless.
It was quite the experience for us, too, when the baking and cooking duo dropped by the studio just yesterday with a couple of special treats. Welcome to the fabulous Brass Sisters, otherwise known as the Food Flirts. How are you, or Marilyn? I know you're saying who's who, and that's Sheila. It's great to see you guys again.
You too.
It's great to see you, Jim.
It is?
Really.
Now, I know you flirt your way into kitchens in the show. You flirted your way on the show tonight, I should say.
I'm just starting.
You are just starting? Looks good news for me.
It's going to be a bumpy road.
It is?
Tonight.
You and Betty Davis.
I know.
Now, before we get to the show, which I do want to get to, let's talk about me for a second. What did you bring here for me to be sampling?
We brought a tres leche cake.
Tres leche?
Yes, and it means 3 milks.
I knew that, by the way, but thank you.
I knew you did.
Okay, fine.
But is it okay if I say a few words about the tres leche?
I'd like you, if you do,
okay,
please,
well,
yes.
Being a food historian, I did some research,
Yes.
and what I found out was that this cake is a first cousin to an English trifle and a second cousin to tiramisu.
Really?
It's the 21st century and
Version.
20th century version of the soaked cakes.
That's beautiful.
You know,
and you are food historians,
yeah,
you two, we should say, for people who don't know.
medieval times.
Are you going to let your sister talk in this show?
Of
or
course.
You're not?
No.
Do you don't want to say anything?
Oh, I do, but I'm never allowed.
I know
Okay, all right, take it,
Do you get to
Sheila.
talk on the show, by the way, or do you not?
Yes, I do.
You do. Why'd you have to look at her to find out if you did?
She's
Could
a
you cut me a piece of this while we're talking?
Of
or not?
course.
Now, while Sheila is cutting this, can I talk to you for a second,
Of
Marilyn?
course.
Thank you. My understanding is, I've only seen little clips of this.
Yes.
You flirt your way into kitchens.
That's right.
What does that mean exactly? How do you flirt your way into a kitchen?
Well, I've been told that I have a nice smile. Mm-hmm. You know, some people have summer homes.
Yeah.
I have dental work. And I use it to the best advantage.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, the premise is...
You want to help your sister with a plate while we're doing this?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Okay, this will come out.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. And
You know,
whoop.
Oh, live
excuse
television.
me.
Live television.
By the way, I love my cake handled. But no, I want to eat that. No, I'm going to eat that piece. 'Cause
Okay,
we're all
good.
very
Okay,
close friends.
okay.
By the
Now-
way, if nothing else, you were smooth. Let's say that. Can I have the cake, please?
Of course you
it's
can.
a tres leche, by the way. is what
Yes,
it's called.
3 milk
Thank you.
cake.
Okay, fine. I'll taste
And
it.
it's a lovely cake. It's
Okay.
moist. It is
Okay.
like tiramisu
Okay.
and trifle. And
Oh my God.
and the reason this cake is so important to
Okay,
us.
enough with the cake. Go ahead. But why is it so important? You can tell me. Go ahead. Why is it so
She's
important?
also a spot lady. She's wonderful at taking.
Why is it so important?
Okay,
I want to talk
because
about the
it
show.
appears
really good.
in one of the episodes for the Food
Oh, it
Flirts.
does.
And what I wanted to say about the Food Flirts
Is
is
what?
the premise of the series is
what?
not just what you put on the table, but what you bring to the table.
I see.
I came up with that.
I like that, but my understanding. Can we just play a little? Like one of my favorite. This town has needed a Jewish deli for centuries.
Yes.
It has one in my neighborhood.
Mamala's.
Your first show, you go to Mamala's.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of that first show. Just watch.
We've never, ever known how to make pastrami.
We have all of our ingredients here.
Chef, thank you so much.
Working that grinder was very hard.
You needed big guns.
Well, I felt his big guns, and believe me,
you would.
they
Knowing
were
you,
big.
you-
Sheila, I felt his big guns. Is that what you said?
Yes.
And how were they?
big.
Yeah, they were
huge.
Okay, they were huge. Let's leave it at that. So
Yeah.
my understanding is what you do is you go to a couple of restaurants, right? You
Yeah,
sample
kitchens.
Kitchens. You sample a food item that you have never tasted before. Is that correct?
You're correct.
And then you go home and try to meld them together into something
We go
new.
to
Is that how it works?
We go to 2 restaurant kitchens,
Yeah.
2 different cuisines, 2 different cultures.
Yeah.
And we did the Jewish one with the mamalas.
Then you went to Shoujo in Chinatown, right?
Yes, with the ramen noodles.
Yeah.
And then we came came up with a pastrami ramen kugel.
You did not.
It was
did.
wonderful.
It was
How was that? Do we see that on the show?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God! So
You
what
see
is
us
it
make
you
it.
never tasted at Mamala's? What was the thing you was?
We
needing?
never knew how to cure pastrami.
Oh, okay. And what was the thing at Shoujo, Sheila, that you'd never had before?
I never had ramen.
You never had ramen?
We never had
One of the
ramen.
trendiest foods ever?
No,
I used to have
and I mean we.
chow mein.
Yeah.
When I
I
was
mean,
a
we hadn't
kid.
been.
When you were a kid,
We
yeah,
hadn't
yeah.
been to Chinatown for 40 years.
Do you notice, by the way, you know what is interesting, your choice of restaurants? This is as a viewer so far.
Yes.
You know what was similar between Shoujo and Mamala's? How hot the chefs were who you chose to visit. Was that an intentional thing on your part? They were good-looking young
Have
guys.
you ever heard the word serendipity?
I've heard the word planned occurrences, too.
Yes. And they were very nice young men, too.
I think they are. I know the guy from Mamala's. I don't know the other guy. So every week, essentially, you're going to be visiting two places, coming home with something new, and creating, essentially, an invented dish that has never existed before. Is that right?
That's right. And then we have a party.
Wait,
Tell about
let's
the
hear what
party.
she... But what?
And then we invite our chefs over with their
Significant others
Right.
and business partners.
Oh, to find out what they think of the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They turned our kitchen into a ramen noodle bar. I mean, there's a surprise at the end of every
I
episode.
love surprises.
So do I, and it's a surprise to us,
Now,
too.
you haven't been here in a couple of years. When you were here last, you told me you'd been doing what you do for 128 years combined. Is that
130
correct?
now.
So it's now 130.
Yes, it is.
I mean, you were siblings. You
Yeah.
spent a lot of your life living with each other. You now work with each other. Are there ever like tough moments, falling outs, conflicts, that sort of thing?
no.
There's a bit of crankiness once in a while.
On which end is that?
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, but we always say, I'm sorry I was rude, or thank
And everything
you.
makes up?
Yeah, we never go
yeah,
to bed
we don't.
angry.
Can I tell you, I have rarely looked forward, I mean this sincerely, to a new show like I'm looking forward to the Food Flirts. It's
I
really-
hope that viewers like it.
I hope they do. And if the food is nearly as good as the Tres Leche,
Tres leche.
you're on for a hit. It's great to see you, Marilyn.
Great to see
Good luck
you.
with the show.
Thank
Love
you.
guys. Sheila, don't put your hand in the cake again. Okay? Thank you very much. The fabulous Brass Sisters. Oh, my God. Their show, The Food Flirts, premieres tomorrow at 10 p.m. right here on WGBH.